Right, what do we fancy for this? Blue? Yellow? I feel like I always go for purple. I need a change in... Ooh. Nah, best not. Best not. We're going to go for pink. Yeah, pink today. Hello everyone and welcome to my, what is it? April monthly update thing. Not gonna lie, completely forgot to do one last month because I was moving workshop, I believe. And apparently filming a 5-minute video would have been too much for me to think about, but here I am, a month late. So firstly, before I get into anything, itinerary? I never know how to say that word. Firstly, Makers Central. It is this weekend, which it completely caught me off guard actually. I was telling someone about it, saying I'm doing this show up at Birmingham at the NEC. Went to check the date and realised it's in like 5 days time. So really looking forward to that. It should be, well, it will be great to meet a lot of you, the other YouTubers, just the other, it's just gonna be great. It's gonna be really, really good, I think. So there is going to be no hater of the month this month because firstly, I didn't actually get any, which was astounding. Like that is literally unheard of. Or, I mean, I don't get notifications on every comment that I get, but usually I get highlighted comments that I get notifications for, and that usually shows the hate. But I didn't get any. So, I mean, it's been a pretty good month, I think. So instead of highlighting the hate and negativity in this world, I would like to say thank you so much for all of your lovely comments on the video, well, on the third part of the bass guitar video where I had my girlfriend filming me in here. It was very nerve-wracking for me. She was a little bit worried about the filming and how it would turn out and everything like that, but we both had so much fun in here. It was great for me to actually have someone to bounce off rather than just hear the echo of my own voice in these four walls. Like, just having some other company in here to have a laugh with and just get a bit more dynamic with what we're doing. It was really, really good. So thank you to all of your comments in that video. It was brilliant, very, very fulfilling. And also, if you didn't manage to see it, I have the outtakes of me trying to film the intro, which I'll put in a link up here. You can watch that real quick and then come back. It is the most awkward thing you will ever see in your life. It's just me trying to actually introduce that video, and yeah, it was so bad, so bad. So, projects, what did I do this month? So we kicked things off with the potato dovetailed box, which was my April Fool's video, my first ever one. Took so long to film. It took, what was it, a day and a half to actually film it and then another day to edit it together. It was a long old project and I literally did it the weekend before April, well in fact April Fool's was on the weekend, it was the Sunday. I think I started filming it on the Thursday, finished on Friday and then edited from Friday to Saturday to get it out. Yeah, it was pretty stressful, but it was a very, very fun video to film and I hope that I fooled some of you with it. Got to think of something to top it next year with now. Other projects, we finished the magazine rack / toilet roll holder, which some of you liked, some of you didn't. To be honest, I kind of enjoyed making it, but the problem is that I tried to film the entire thing in one day so that I could split it up into different parts and then I'd have time to film other content while I was uploading these and then I'd be able to upload more regularly. But the problem with trying to film a project like this in one day is that it just saps my energy. If you watch that series, you'll just see me slowly degrading towards the end before I finally crash in like part 5 or 6 maybe, where I just start chatting rubbish about wanting a KFC. So I shan't be doing that again. If I do a project like this again, I'll try and do it quicker so you're not waiting for each part to be uploaded. Like something like this, I could easily do an upload every day if I really tried. So yeah, hopefully I'll do something like that again soon. Oh, and those of you who didn't see it, this is all made from stuff that you buy at your local DIY merchant. So if you're struggling to find wood or you can't afford any expensive hardwoods, you can make this with the cheap pine that you'd find in Homebase or Wix or Home Depot. Is it Home Depot? Home Depot? I need to get better at these pronunciations. What was the other one? Okie Pokies. Now, these have gone, well, it's been a long old project, hasn't it? I started filming them in my old workshop, then I moved here, took the project with me. I've got 3 of these ash ones completed at the moment, which are looking pretty nice. I've still got a few issues with them, but to be honest, I'm just putting them on hold for now while I focus on this bass because they are an absolute pain in the arse to make, in all honesty. I am not one for batch producing things, hence why I went down this career path. It's just not my cup of tea, and I don't think I have the mental capacity to do it, or at least in a project like this. I think the main problem is that it is overcomplicated for what you're actually getting at the end of it. That's not to say it's a bad design. I think it looks really nice, but is it viable as something to sell in batches? I mean, unless you're selling to people who don't mind spending quite a lot of money for a pinboard, I don't really know. So what I'm going to do with this series is I'm going to release one more video, which is going to be an overview video of making the actual okey pokies from start to finish. There's going to be no talking in it, literally just cinematic shots and things like that. And then I'll have a finished okey pokey at the end. These ash ones here, I might sell them, I might give them away as gifts, I don't know. But then the actual oak one, I'm probably going to auction it off, I think. There's going to be no minimum bid on it, so if it goes for £2, it goes for £2, and that'll be listed on eBay. Will I ship internationally? Possibly. I'll have to get quoted on the shipping for that, but I will work that out after I've made it, and I'll keep you all updated as to where you can bid on it. And this kind of works quite well, because then I don't have to think up a price for it. You kind of make your own price for it, and I don't feel as guilty charging as much as I should do for making these pinboards. Kind of just giving away the game there a bit. What else have I done? I cut up a log. Where's that? Yeah. So here's one of the slabs. This was a massive, massive log of yew that a customer brought into Axminster at Basingstoke. Apparently it was actually for my deputy manager, but I stole it and cut it up, and now it's mine, so sorry James. But I should be able to make some rather nice things from this. I might donate one back to him, I don't know. We'll see if he's watching this video. But yeah, that was a brilliant tester for the new machinery that I got. As some of you saw last month, I did a workshop tour and showed the new machines that I got in. So I've got a Axminster AT129PT, I think it is. So that's a planer thicknesser, and I've got the one with the spiral cutter head on it. And I've got a bandsaw, which is the SBW 4300, both from Axminster, both from their trade range. And cutting up that log of yew was a big test for it, because I maxed out the width on the planer, maxed out the height on the bandsaw, and both machines sailed through the cuts, like no slowing whatsoever. Great finish from both of them. And yeah, those of you in the market for upgrading machines like planer thicknesser and bandsaws, have a look at them, because they are very good. I'm not just saying that because I work at Axminster. They genuinely work. Do not be put off by the fact that they are own brand machines, because they work brilliantly. I have seen the results. If you watch that video, you will see the results. And yeah, they are just lovely. So what else was I going to say then? Oh yeah, if you want to know about the other kit and stuff that I use in this workshop, I do have a profile on kit.com where it lists literally every tool that I own. So if you want to know what extractor I use, what planes I have, what chisels I have, instead of asking in the comments below, because I struggle to get back to you most of the time, just have a look on that website. Everything is listed on there, and if you click on it, it will take you to a relevant sales page where you can buy it, you can see the price for it, and it also includes a few of my comments on there. It's not just listing of an item, like I've actually written something about most of them as well. And finally, what was the other video? The Benchcrafted review. Did you see that, where I had this massive shaving hanging in front of my eye for half the video? I have no idea how I didn't spot that. So I didn't realise how bad it was until I got to editing the video later on, because in the video I just pull it out my hair and chuck it on the floor. Like, I don't really look at the size of the shaving that was hanging there. But then when I sat down and started editing the video, I was like, oh no, what have I done? I was going to try and refilm it. I was going to see if I could do some like mad editing or something like that to get it out, but at the end of the day, you've just got to embrace it, haven't you? It looks so bad, so bad. So yeah, that was on the Benchcrafted review. So I reviewed this leg vise, the tail vise, and the Moxon vise, which, wow, I'm not even going to try and unbury that. What a mess behind here. This guitar is making a bit of a state around this workshop. I'm trying to stay on top of it, but yeah. So that is it for videos. In terms of what's happening outside of the workshop, a few of you are asking about classes, if I teach them or not. So currently I teach evening classes at Rycotewood, where I studied, which I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They run from 6:30 until 9 o'clock in the evening. However, they will be stopping soon, but we are looking at running courses over the summer. Possibly. We're still kind of working things out at the moment. So that'll be with Rycotewood, and that will be at their workshops, which are in Oxford in the UK. And in addition to that, I'm also in talks with Axminster about running courses with them at one of their skill centres. Not entirely sure if it's going to be at Axminster or the other one. Oh God. Sittingbourne? It's Sittingbourne or Nuneaton that's got the skill centre. I think it's Sittingbourne. Ha! Yes, it is Sittingbourne. So yeah, I will be announcing that at some point soon, and what I will be teaching in that class and how long it's going to run and how much it's going to cost as well. That will either be at the Axminster Skill Centre or it will be at the Sittingbourne one. But like I say, we're still kind of working out at the moment. And on the subject of Axminster, I am also running demos at the Axminster branch in Basingstoke, where every Friday I'm making a travelling tool chest. So it's a dovetailed tool chest about this big, dovetailed on all the corners with a mitered section at the top. And this runs every week, all day from about 10 until 4:30. You literally just pop in, you can steal our free tea and coffee. And yeah, you can just come in, have a chat with me about tools. It doesn't even need to be about the project really. Like, I'm just going to be doing that. If you have any other questions about like stuff that's in the store, just come and bug me about it, because it's nice to talk to people at the end of the day. So I will put a link to that event in the description below, which is a Facebook event. You don't need to say, like, you don't need to put it down that you're attending or anything like that. You don't need to do anything. It's literally just turn up and have a chat. Nice and simple. So what is coming from the channel, or from me, in the next month? So we're going to try and get this bass guitar completed, which should be doable. The only issue is that I'm only getting 2 or 3 days in the workshop at the moment, because like I said, on Fridays I'm doing these demos at Axminster, and then on Mondays I usually spend that time with my girlfriend, and on the weekends I work at Axminster. So that leaves me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. One of those days is sometimes just pure editing. So yeah, it's difficult to get time in the workshop at the moment, but hopefully we'll get this completed in the next month. And I will also be doing proper machine reviews on the planer thicknesser, the bandsaw, and the Bosch miter saw over there as well. So if you'd like to know a bit more in depth about how they all work and what I like about them, what I don't like about them, those videos will be coming out soon. And another one which I had an epiphany the other day is doing a video on how to chisel properly, because it's one of those things that if, like me, you're pretty comfortable with using a chisel, you just get up and do it. There's no issues with it whatsoever. A lot of you will be the same. But while I've been teaching evening classes, I've seen students actually really struggle with this, because for me, it just seems simple. But actually, I do remember struggling with how am I supposed to hold this on the workbench while I work it, and what's the advantage of working upright, and you know, there's all these different things that I just take for granted when I pick up a chisel, but actually a lot of people can benefit from me just breaking it down and showing you the different techniques and things that you can do when using a chisel. So that'll be very similar to my video how to saw correctly. Again, one of those things that you just take for granted that you can just do, when actually a lot of people can benefit from watching it. So yeah, there will be a video on how to chisel properly, and I would also like to get Rosie back in the workshop at some point and hopefully get her in front of the camera a bit more, maybe making a project, but I think that should be great fun. Any other video suggestions, of course, chuck them in the comments below. That is it for... Oh! I was going to chuck it over my shoulder and then realised that there's fragile things behind me, so I kind of bottled it halfway, threw it up. I won't be doing that again. Oh, I need to go home. That is it for this monthly update. I will see you in the next monthly update. Oh, I need to think of a better way of ending these.